On May 29, 2025, the BBC carried the story of a South African girl, Joshlin, a 6-year-old girl, sold by her own mother, by her own South African mother in South Africa, to someone who is said to have confessed to her that he needed her, the 6-year-old Joshlin, for her 2 eyes and her skin. So, I don't know what gave the buyer of Joshlin the audacity to tell the mother, who was going to sell her own daughter to him, that he is a ritualist who needed the girl's eyes and skin. So I think that it must be because the buyer will not want a situation in which, after buying the girl, the mother will turn around and say she repented of selling the girl and that she will return the money for the girl. So the buyer left her in no doubt, and she made her to agree to the terms of purchase of the girl. Who is the girl? Who is the mother? The mother is called Raquel Smith. Raquel Smith. That's the name of the mother of Joshlin. The mother of Joshlin, who sold her to a ritualist, who told the mother that her daughter is needed for her 2 eyes and skin. So it's not a situation in which, after selling her, you will say you have repented and want the money back. This is my own imagination, because the buyer was very careful and didn't want any trouble. And you can see that after the mother was picked up by the police, together with her 2 accomplices, 2 men, one of them her own concubine, and the concubine's friend, also a man. So in this case, the mother who sold her girl, her own daughter, Joshlin, had 2 accomplices, her concubine and her concubine's friend, the 3 of them, picked up by the police and sued to court. What beat my imagination is that the South African court, police and court, could not get the 3 criminals to testify or respond to the accusation of having sold her daughter, who disappeared in 2024, and that she was the seller of her own daughter. That was the accusation. And you had 3 witnesses. Although she would not confess to the crime, but after the girl disappeared and she was reported, the disappearance of the girl was reported to the police, and the police started investigation. At some point, those who knew what happened by virtue of being close to the mother could no longer hold what she told them on the situation. One of her friends, one of her female friends, reported that she told her that she had sold the girl to somebody, and that the person needed her for her 2 eyes and skin. But what concerned her, since all she needed was money, and the money was paid to her. Another person testified, this time a pastor, saying that she already told him that she was going to sell her children, and she has three children. She's a mother of 3. So, and that even though he may not say anything about how the girl was sold, he was aware, because the woman told him that she was going to sell her children because she needed money. So her woman friend, her female friend, the mother's female friend, who she confided in how Joshlin disappeared, that she sold her to a ritualist who needed her for her 2 eyes and skin. So the 2 eyes will be pulled out and she will be skinned like an animal, going by my imagination. So the pastor said she already told her that she was going to sell her children because she needed money. Meanwhile, she said to be a drug addict who was always needing money. A drug addict always needing money. In the 3rd instance, one of Joshlin's teachers said when she asked the mother for Joshlin, she told her that Joshlin was already on a ship in a container going to West Africa. So the buyer must have come from West Africa, because that's what. So she knew everything about how her daughter disappeared. Told her friend she already sold Joshlin. Told her pastor she was going to sell her daughters. And a school teacher of Joshlin said the mother told her that Joshlin was already in a container, in a ship on the way to West Africa. Now, she didn't say where in West Africa. So, what else are you looking for? So all these are testified in the court, because the 3 witnesses went to court and testified what they knew about the disappearance of the girl. So you would think that what else was the court looking for? But they said the woman and her 2 accomplices refused to testify, to respond to any of the questions put by both the police and the court. So I started asking myself, how possible that an accused person will refuse not to say anything and hide behind a needle? Because your friend, what you told her, she has said it. Your pastor, what you told him, he has said it. The school teacher of the girl also said what you told her. At a time, the police was searching for the girl. Already publicized that Joshlin disappeared and we are looking for her. Whoever knows her whereabouts should please inform the police or the parents. That was the time all the people came around and said, but you told me this, you told me this, you told me this, 3 persons. But that the law allows her, they say by the right of that the Bill of Rights and Miranda. I don't know the meaning of the, but I googled and came to realize that the Bill of Rights and Miranda guarantees the right, the absolute right indeed of an accused person not to testify to anything, to just keep mum when queried. That the Bill of Rights and Miranda guarantees a criminal of absolute right to keep mum and not confess to anything, or not testify to anything, or answer any question from whether the police or the court. But until I get to the root of this, I was hounded by the spirit of Joshlin. You must say something about me. And now I'm questioning the sanity of the Western judicial system that allows a criminal, an accused person, to keep mum and not say anything. So I was going to bombard with abuse the South African police and judiciary, that how do you allow criminals, the 3 of them, refuse to say anything? How can that happen? Is South Africa judicious, righteous to allow that to happen? But I found out that the Bill of Rights and Miranda guarantees the absolute right of criminals not to respond to any question or testify to anything and just keep quiet. That lawyers, when they know that a case is bad, would advise their clients to go the way of silence. So even in a criminal circumstance, silence becomes golden. Is that the moral meaning of silence being golden? Is it ethical? Now the law has stipulated this unimaginable permission for a criminal to keep silent, even when accused of murder, of selling one's own daughter to a ritualist that has confessed her eyes are needed together with her skin. So silence is golden. Is that the moral meaning? Or silence is golden? So I've always wondered why the Western judicial system will allow a case to go on and on and on, even when you find human parts, the human parts of a person killed by a murderer or a ritualist, whatever, and yet they will keep taking the person to court. Even after finding that truly this person was killed by this individual. So I've been wondering, so I don't know. So the Western judicial system is protecting criminals. It's a different case if circumstances are not clear. But now Joshlin disappeared. What happened? Then her friend, her pastor, a teacher of the girl, related what the mother, Raquel, told them. Still, the court is handicapped because the mother and her two accomplices refused to testify, to respond to any question. The Western judicial system permits that. Africa. So if you are talking of corruption, so it's a constituted corruption. Is instituted, is protected. Well, I was going to castigate both the South African police and judiciary, but now I'm giving credit to the judicial system, at least for managing to commit them to life imprisonment. But ideally, it should be death sentence for deterrence. But as it is now, just life imprisonment, where they will continue to live and maybe someday escape or granted pardon. So in Nigeria too, when you hear somebody has killed somebody and there's no doubt about it, we found the human parts, the parts of the person, the pieces of the person killed in his house. He's been taken to court, and they will drag it on and on and on and on. And you expect sanity in that type of society. And that's why there's no sanity in our world. And killing people has become normal. The carnage going on in Russia, Ukraine, Gaza, and elsewhere, normal. And now, ritual murderers have sanctuary. Silence. Human beings, let us rethink about our approach to justice. I'm not talking of necessarily instant justice, but the law, the rights, the Bill of Rights and Miranda permits a criminal to keep silent, to keep mum, and not respond to any question or query. No. So when we begin to say that the life in traditional Africa was too much saner than what we have now, we must look at it from this angle, that the judicial system, the Western judicial system, is contributory to criminality. I think you can now see it clearly. It's contributing to, in traditional Africa, they don't mind doing divination to find out if necessary, or ask you to come out like this woman, and but how can they ask you to confess or to state your own case and you keep mum? It's up to now, it's not imagined to me. What do you mean Bill of Rights and Miranda? What type of jargon? Judicial jargon is that? Who stipulated that law and why? Because we have to have reason for what we are doing. Why? Why should somebody accused of a crime be permitted to keep quiet under the law? Lawyers, I hope you are hearing me and that you can contribute your own quota to what I'm talking about, because the insanity all over the world now is unimaginable to me. It's unimaginable to me that when you see something, somebody will now be hiding behind a needle. Silence. Because you have been exposed by those who know you, and now the girl is nowhere to be found. Where will she be found? Because the buyer already said he needed her for her 2 eyes. Although I shouldn't say he, because the identity of the person is not disclosed. The identity, but the person already said she's needed for her 2 eyes and skin. So how can the police find anything? And the police is also telling lies that they keep searching since 2024 till date. Searching till 2024 till date. The woman, the mother of the girl, refused to say anything. Her 2 accomplices refused to say anything. So where are you going to look for the girl? South African police, if I cannot chastise you for anything, I chastise you for telling lies. Where will you go and look for when the mother did not confess anything to you? So, and those who bought it already said her eyes will be gone, she will be skinned. According to what the mother told her friend, plus the fact that the girl is nowhere to be found, and the accused refused to say anything, and now permitted by the law. So what are you saying? You continue to search anyway? Continue, but the Bill of Rights is waiting for you to say keep mum.